Previous owner, son maybe, is here and is watching us. So hey guys, we'll be driving this X53 SD engine with this tow hitch, and it has some winter tires, 255 19-inch tires, which has stone in it. And this is 30 E70 SD with 286 horsepower, guys. It's in this Alpine white color and it's beautiful. It's not a facelift, but it's so beautiful car. It should be much better as a car, I mean as a handling, compared to the previous one, because here driving dynamics should be better. It's wider than the previous generation. It has twin turbo 3-liter diesel, which can be tuned easily to 350, even to 400 horsepower reliable. So let's go and drive this stock car, guys. Let's go. But first let me show you the interior. It's really beautiful and it's locked. Let's unlock it. There is a cat, also wants to be driven in this X5. There was some dog here, so here you can see this beige interior. It's super beautiful. We have these nice things here to protect the car, and it has some panoramic sunroof and a big, really big trunk. The trunk is really nice. It has a spare tire too, so everything you ever need, and the door closes like new. So let me show you the engine bay before we proceed with the driving. It's really easy to open this hood, not like the previous generations from here. And this is the beautiful M57, 286 horsepower and a watt of Newton meters, guys. A watt. Here is very important to remove the swirl flaps. So make sure remove the swirl flaps, and maybe the EGR, this valve, Pierre-Bourg, can be removed in order not to put some black smoke inside your engine. Let's put this thing back in place. So this is how clean the engine bay looks of this E70, like brand new. Okay, you know guys, let's drive it. Let's see how this thing closes. Whoop, easy. Is it closed? Let me try. Here. Yes, closed. So E60 era interior, guys, but very beautiful, with twice these vents. Your very high position is very high. You can see the road easily from here, and you have really nice viewing space from front window too. It's not too much from front window, but it's good. And you see your beautiful hood of this big car, and it's really comfortable, guys. We have some big storage here and this beautiful gearbox. Let's fire up this baby. Okay, this is how it fires up. Of course, adjustable steering wheel, sport steering wheel, controls of the audio system, and this is the navigation system. This one even got a rear view camera, which will pop out in a second. And for it's a little dirty, guys, but that's it. It's 2008, so you can't expect an HD, full HD 4K quality. Let's drive this car. This car is 7 seconds to 100. That is the acceleration time of this BMW, which is pretty nice. The gearbox is really much better. It's a 6-speed gearbox. It's much faster than the previous generation, and it really brings the fuel efficiency to a new level. You would ask me how much this thing burns in a city. Well, really depends on how you drive it, guys. The owner have achieved 12, but now when I'm driving in the city with such small streets and going on the pedal of the accelerator pretty hard from time to time, it easily gets to 16-20 liter. So you can see really various numbers, guys, of the fuel consumption of this diesel truck. But extra-urban, it should achieve around 8 to 9 if you're driving really slow, or around 10, let's say 10, if you're driving faster. And of course, if you're super aggressive, you can go higher, 11, 12 and so on. but in the city it really depends on your driving and your roads. We'll see how will be the fuel consumption today on our trip, how it handles. First thing that I immediately notice when I get in the car is that the steering wheel is really stiff, very stiff, not like the other cars. It's really related to the wheels, and you feel what's going on there, you feel where the car is going. So it's a BMW thing. You have a very nice viewing point from here. You see everything outside, you see the other cars, the road very good, and at the same time you see the gauges, you see the steering wheel, and it's really usable, and it's really enjoyable place to be. But if you expect a very comfort ride, this is not E70. E70 is not about this, it's a sporty SUV, so it's actually very stiff, and you can say that from time to time it's too stiff on the bad roads, especially if you are with 20-inch tires. It will be much worse on these potholes everywhere. But after all, we want the performance of BMW on the corners, so we don't care about the comfort. Get a 7 Series if you want the comfort, or S-Class. Not in this X5, guys. It's all about being cool guy with this X5, guys, and having a high viewpoint of the situation and enjoying the ride of this beautiful engine and gearbox and weight distribution. We'll see that in the next video when we'll actually drive this car hard on the corners, and we'll see how this thing moves around this big 2.2 ton thing. It enters the holes very heavily. You feel very solid, the whole coupe, like one piece, not like some shitty different piece thing. So I like this. Some BMW E30 here. Always respect the elders, like they say. Okay, our fuel consumption is already getting lower. It's 17 liters, but it's too short distance to say, guys. And I'm not trying to be fuel efficient by any means, but I'm not aggressive too, as you can see. I'm obeying the rules. But I like being in that car. Actually, this doesn't has any Harman Kardon music, but it still sounds pretty good for a BMW. Because, as you know, BMW without some special equipment for the sound doesn't sound very good, but this one is fine, much better than E60, I think, the sound quality. About the dynamics, the car, you can't believe the car weighs so much. You feel it heavy, but at the same time, when you press harder the pedal, it really shows you that the car can move really nice and really with ease without so much torque. So after it passes 2000 RPM, it really flies away like a flying carpet, guys. We'll drive it extra urban too, where we can feel it at higher speeds. How is it? Is it still so good like a sedan car, or the heavy weight will ruin our experience extra urban as a dynamics? But for now in the city, it's very pleasant car. I really enjoy being in it. Even my goals today, guys, are same, like you see, the same color brown. This car has steering whites too, so when you steer, the whites are steering to show you, to white you the way in front. It has, of course, heating of the seats, of the front seats, and it also have hill control when going downhill. This guy here in front with the Renault has Nürburgring on his Renault Scenic. Maybe the most unsuitable car for Nürburgring. But he's a fan, or at least the previous owner was dreaming of going to Nürburgring. And full throttle. Woo! So guys, what we have to say about this engine, it's good to change the timing chain. You know, it's a chain driven engine. You have to replace the timing chain around 200,000 kilometers, guys, because you have to be safe. Otherwise the chain can stretch, can broke, and your engine will be out of order, and you have to change the engine, probably a very expensive repair. So guys, if you get such car and you don't know if it was changed or not, just do your job and change what is needed. You have to remove the swirl flaps. The previous owner said he did that on that car. He also changed this timing chain. So all this is done. It's good on this already on this age to remove the EGR, to remove its software and hardware. There are some kits which you can use to do that. So make sure you do your homework before trying to use such car. Also, always check, you have to check your injectors. Get them out, send them to some company who has special equipment to actually investigate their current state and to give you an information if they are fine or not, and rebuild them if needed, because from bad injector you can also destroy your engine on the highway. When it gets too hot, it pushes too much, it leaks inside the engine and it causes a broken engine again. It just melts down the piston. The other thing is the turbocharger. There are two turbochargers. They are not wear very fast, but of course you have to keep in mind that you have to repair them from time to time. So, and the other thing is to change your oil of the transmission and the engine regularly. Of course you can have problems with the transmission at that age too. This one, as you can see, is already 240,000 kilometers. So keep in mind that transmission is very reliable, but you have to change the oil. This one has already done that procedure, and there are some small other things, but other than that, also the X-Drive, you can have some problem with the transfer case, but other than that, these are pretty strong cars, guys, and normally they don't burn oil or something else, but it depends how they were maintained, how they were driven, cold, hot, of course the temperature and the weather in which the car has been during its life also depends. So as you can see, while I'm driving, I'm already around 10 kilometers drive, and we're around 16 here. The road, there are no much traffic lights, and we can go down. So in the city this car will be around 15 to 16 average maybe, but it depends. If you have a city with a really high street, really long streets, you would maybe get 12, 13 if you are careful, but who cares? We are in a big BMW SUV with a powerful engine, and we want to feel that car. We want to feel the boost, and it's amazing, guys. It's really amazing car for such large car. It feels nimble, and it's reacting to the wheel, and it's connected to your pedal to the transmission. Transmission is very good. This transmission, I like it. You can put stages on it with the XHP application in Google Play. You can connect with the car and put stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Of course you have to pay for that, or someone else can do it for you. it's already 16 liters. We're driving after this Toyota, which is, ooh, how are the brakes? The brakes really big, they stop good. Of course they can be even sharper, but for now I like them. They are good enough for this big truck. So as you can see, my consumption is going up now. When you become aggressive, you experience higher fuel consumption, of course. So guys, that was it about X5 city driving. Now I'm approaching some other area in which I'll drive aggressively on the corners. I'll go to sport mode, in which the gearbox is really acting different. You can change the gears with going downshifting and upshifting, and it's changing gear early, and it's changing gears very nice, so you can enjoy the drive more on some curvy road. But normally the D drive is really good made, and actually in most of the cases you wouldn't need a sport mode, because the car understands what you want and really engages this torquey diesel. So as an upgrade, guys, look at him. The previous owner, son maybe, is here and is watching us. Let's close it. Really a nice quiet place. So as an upgrade, you can put down pipes without DPF inside. You will need software adjustments for that. You can have bigger intercooler, direct replacement of the current one, so that when you make a remap during the summer, it will have a lot of cold air inside the engine, because hot air means less HP, not more, and problems with the temperatures inside the engine. So these are pretty easy upgrades, which can bring you with a proper map, and you can put some exhaust, bigger if you want, but it's big enough actually. Between 350 and 400 horsepower, depending on your mapper. If you want more, you would need a hybrid turbos, maybe the bigger one the most, but you can make them both hybrid, and you can get more, 440, 50 horsepower. But this is a big heavy car, so the transmission will take a lot of stress. So keep in mind that it's not a rear wheel drive car, 1.67 ton like E60, so, or like third series. So keep in mind that these cars may not be tuned so much, because you can experience problem with the transmission, with the X-Drive. But at 400 horsepower, if used normally, I think it will hold pretty strong, and it will be a reasonable and very good power for this. So guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel to see and click on the bell so that you receive notification for the next video. And now I'm going to drive in this forest road in front, twisty road, to see how is this big thing on some curvy roads. See you in the next video, guys. 14 liters, but it was some kind of extra urban here.